I changed the thumbnail of an old video I almost deleted when it was stagnant at around 300-400 views, and then eventually it got over 500,000 views. Now this is a 100,000% increase. That's more than 1,000 times more views. In this video, I'll share with you the story as to how it happened. I'll share with you why I think the new thumbnail is better, and I'll share with you 3 key takeaways that I took from this experience, this outlier. So let's start off with the story as to how this happened, give you a little bit of background. So this was the 3rd video I posted on the channel, and it got very little views in comparison to some of my other videos. I was a bit upset, not gonna lie. I was a bit disappointed, almost embarrassed. And I was so embarrassed, imagine this, so embarrassed that I almost took it down. Almost, I was pretty close. However, I didn't take it down, and I decided to just change the thumbnail instead. My logic was, if it performs badly, there's no risk in just leaving it up there and just changing the thumbnail. I think I changed the thumbnail around this period, around when it was 300, 400 views. Changed it around there. Then suddenly it got a bit more views, but only gradually. Until 143 days, around there, it hit a tipping point where it suddenly went whoosh. The algorithm suddenly promoted it. Now, I have to admit and say that this is likely, partly at least, due to the pandemic. People were home, people were watching lots of YouTube. But also, I do think quite a significant proportion of this is due to the thumbnail change. And then eventually it's gotten now over 500,000 views. Now, if we look at the analytics of the average view duration, it's high in comparison to my other videos. So average view duration, it's over 50%, and at 30 seconds, 68% of the viewers are still watching, which means good. It's a good video. I don't have any analytics of the retention before YouTube promoted it, but I highly suspect that it was very similar to this, or even higher possibly. And I think that might be a good metric if you are thinking about changing your old thumbnails as to whether or not you should. Perhaps if the average view duration and the percentage viewing at the 30-second mark is high, maybe that's a good metric to see whether or not you should spend the time to change and repackage your thumbnail and title. All right. Now, spot the difference. I want you to see how many differences you can spot between these 2 thumbnails. Hopefully you can tell this bottom one pops a lot more than this top one. This looks amateur. This looks, I wouldn't say professional, but not bad at least. All right, pause the video if you need. Play spot the difference. Don't look at the box on the left. Don't cheat. Okay, we'll get into it. Firstly, I want you to notice that it's the same photo. It's the same photo. I recycled the same photo, but it looks completely different, right? Let's start off with the overall colors of the photo. You can tell this one just pops a lot more. I added a filter or something. I did some sort of coloring. Make it pop. This looks better. This is slightly more centered as well, if you notice, around the edges. This is not symmetrical. I changed the keyword to red, faster. And then I changed the font. I think the font is a big thing. This is League Spartan. I have no idea what this one is. And lastly, I removed this unnecessary element. I think less is more. Sometimes when it comes to thumbnails, it can really pop when you don't have unnecessary things like this. I hope overall you can tell though that this bottom one pops a lot more. And by making a few tweaks, you can make all the difference. All right, key takeaways. Overall, a few enhancements can make all the difference in terms of your thumbnails. Like 3 or 4 differences between these 2. All the difference. And it can pop just a few little tweaks. Number 2 takeaway. Consider repackaging old videos, especially if they haven't performed well. There's nothing to lose. And especially if retention is good, which signifies that it's a good video and it has the potential to possibly do well. And 1,000x in terms of views. Ridiculous. 100,000% more views. It's a lot. And lastly, my 3rd takeaway from this was that topic matters. Like, this was filmed and edited on my iPad Pro, so the quality is nowhere near what you're seeing now. Well, this is a bit of a explainy screen recording situation, but like my actual cinematic videos, the ones that actually put work in to make the production quality very high, this is nowhere near in comparison. So my conclusion from this is that topic matters more than quality. So overall, those are my key takeaways. A few enhancements can change the game, can change your life. I think this video altered the course of my YouTube career, and it made me take YouTube a bit more seriously. So it might just change your life, just changing this thumbnail, making 4 tweaks on one of your old videos that didn't get any views could be all the difference. All right. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, really quickly, I just made a video breaking down thumbnails in general, and I really went deep. I analyzed thumbnails and I made 3 broad categories that you can make your thumbnail in one of these 3 categories. And depending what type of video, depending what you want to convey, these categories would be, one of these 3 categories would be good. I can't English right now. So this video will be out. I'll link it up the top. So if you are interested in learning more about thumbnails and what to include in them and how to make them good and increase your click-through rate, check it out. Thanks for watching. My name is Junius. I help people make and strategize educational content, and I have playlists helping you do exactly that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.